This is embarrassing. You won't let me out of my kitchen. I have nowhere to go. No, you gonna let me out here or what? Okay, I'm coming through you. I'm coming through. You gonna move? You're not moving. None of you. Okay, finally. Thank you. Well, today's February 9th. Guess the impeachment trial's going on, but we have better things to do than that, like smoke pot. Because there's no way I'm fucking gonna watch that whole thing, and I need a hell of a lot more of this to get me through that whole thing. But I had talked about, 70s movies and do they hold up? And a lot of you guys like that whole thing, so why not do a part 2 of it? Because someone pointed out that most of the pivotal stuff, the big changes, the big shockers, the big debuts of certain things were all done during the 70s. So yeah, we had a bunch of cool stuff happen then. But I can also take you back, 1968, a film that changed the course of horror in America and worldwide was Night of the Living Dead. Now, the strange thing about Night of the Living Dead is, theatrically, I probably saw it close to 100 times. I kept going back and taking people with me, and actually, because they would pair Night of the Living Dead with all kinds of other shit, sometimes non-horror movies. I saw Night of the Living Dead paired with Last House on the Left. I saw it paired with Skullduggery. I saw it paired with some spaghetti western, and then, perennial midnight shows. But does Night of the Living Dead stand the test of time? That might be the question. Well, I'm going to take you back to the Pioneer Theater. Before I left New York, I believe, when did I leave? 10 years ago? It was basically our last show at the Pioneer Theater, Pioneer Two Boots Theater on the Lower East Side. What happened was Keith Crocker, Rob Housechild, Lee Peterson, and myself had been doing these shows, and we were packing the place, but it was only a 110-seat theater. Probably one of the last freestanding theaters that was showing these things. What happened was the landlord raised the rent to an astronomical sum, so Halloween night we were going to show midnight, Night of the Living Dead. As far as people reacting to it, I sat in the crowd and watched people react just the way they reacted back in 1969 when I first saw it. I didn't see it in 68 when it first came out. I caught it on the bottom half of a double bill with Slaves after I heard about how all the atrocities and the ghouls and everything like that. But yeah, still holds up, still has chills today. But, alright, let me go to Dawn of the Dead. I guess that was 79, 10 years later, 79. Alright, anticipation was high. It was very high. Matter of fact, when those cops kicked open the door and that guy's head got blown off, I was like, maybe I should just get the fuck out of here. But no, I sat through it, saw the whole thing, and of the 3 classic Dead films, because I'm discounting anything that came after Day, going over the 3 films, I would have to say, and I'll probably get shit for this, that Dawn really doesn't hold up as well as the other 2. I think the reason was a little comedy was added to it. I think, the blood was basically it was off color, that type of thing. I don't know what the whole deal is, but that blood was off a little bit to give it more of a cartoonish type thing instead of a horror type thing. Strangely enough, I'm not saying I'm not a huge fan of this film. I am a huge fan of this film. I bought a fucking camcorder bootleg off a guy who supposedly shot it at a midnight show. I don't know, I was at the Rockaway Marketplace, so it had to be around that area. So I got this grainy fucking VHS piece of shit that I paid $60 for. And this tape had more things on it than what I had seen in the theater. And strangely enough, one of the only theaters that would run unrated stuff like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Chainsaw 2 was the United Artists 46 Theater on Route 46 in Totowa. And they had Dawn of the Dead booked for a midnight show. So, of course, I'm down for it. They ran the close to 3-hour version of it, which I'd never seen before. So that was like well worth staying out and up for. Of course, they never ran it again. So when that box set came out, you had the theatrical cut, you had the very long extended cut, and you had the Argento cut, which came in a little bit under 90 minutes. But I would have to say that the Argento cut moves faster. There's more violence in it, there's less humor, and it just sort of speeds along. But that's my choice because, you know, yeah, as much as I like, you know, the film, I really feel the Argento cut, you know, moved it faster. And like I said, I'm sure I'll get shit for this, but, you know, I don't care. I'm just my opinion. I think Day was the one that should have ended it all. It shouldn't have went beyond Day because Day brought it back to this whole bleak, there's nothing left, we have nothing to live for, and we're trapped underground, and what can we do type of deal. And there was some great, great performances in that film. So, as far as I'm concerned, like I said, you know, Dawn to me is the weaker one of the three. But, you know, like I said, it's only my opinion, kids. You know, I've seen it a lot. You know, it's good. I liked it, but 30 years after the fact, it really, it doesn't hold up for me for whatever reason. But